Hey, it's Billy.
And Pat.
And it's 10 years.
Of dating and being a couple.
That's nuts.
Incredible. No one was murdered.
You love saying that.
I do, but it's true. Where's the lie?
Am I gonna get murdered?
Well, don't be acting crazy.
I won't.
Seriously though, we went on our first date on June 26, 2009. 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
And I always, the one thing you can always bring up for it, and a lot of people remember it was the day in the middle of summer when there was a huge thunderstorm in New York City and areas nearby. I think Boston had it too. And then there was this insane sunset with bubbly, I think they're called momentous clouds or something.
Boob clouds.
They look like boobs coming out, and everyone posted it on social media, just on Facebook probably back then.
That's the only one that existed.
That's all that existed back then. But that was the day. And we have a video about that story too, so I don't want to rehash that.
Yes. Let's look at the present day. 10
But remember
years
that?
after.
The clouds.
So pretty.
I remember clouds when they're good ones.
Yeah.
And that was a good one.
10 years later, a lot has changed, but also not that much at the same thing. We got married, we moved, we had different jobs, we're starting a business now, bought a house.
Okay, everything changed. What are you talking about? Not a lot has changed.
Once I count them out, there's a lot of things.
Everything has changed.
But we still are kind of the same at our core, I feel like, at having fun and...
Yeah. I also think that when I met you, I was a very different person. And something we just talked about a few weeks ago is that I always used to look at my relationship before Pat as the longest relationship. I'd always kind of refer back to that as, well, that was my 5-year relationship.
Yeah, you were dating someone for 5 years.
Yeah, and now I kind of forgot that we passed that a while ago, and maybe we noticed it then, but it just didn't
Double the amount.
I was like 10. Number one, I've been with someone for 10 years. That's really...
You're old.
I know. You learn a lot about someone in that amount of time, and I'm sure if there's 40 or 50 more of these, how old are we gonna live till? Sure. I don't know. We might
at least 3 more.
Yeah, at least until 2020.
I hope longer than that. Yes, there's lots to learn and more.
There's a lot to learn in that time, and I personally feel that the longer you're with someone, if you're not learning a lot about them, you're not communicating a lot with them, and I feel like we've learned so much about each other that's only made the relationship better. And every mistake, every argument, everything we've had some kind of moment with has just kind of given us more to learn. And I know people are like, mistakes are learning, you learn from that, blah, blah. It's true. I mean, that's what life is. That's what our relationship has been, is taking chances, and chances are always something with risk attached to it. And now we just know each other so well, it's easier to take them.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things I think, this is not a brag, but we don't really fight that much. And not really. And when we do, it tends to be for a minute, and then a resolution conversation tends to happen. Because I think one of the things that I pride myself in our relationship is our ability to talk to each other, and sort of also understand when you can tell the other person is stewing in something for a second, and then to just be like, okay, what's up? And then to talk about it.
Could you tell I was just stewing in something for a second?
I felt the vibes. Did you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I just realized the window's open and we're talking so loud out it that everyone can hear this.
Well,
so make sure you watch our video on Billy and Pat's YouTube as I close this window.
I think we're very good at communicating, and that works in many different ways, and us doing things together, and us having fun, and us getting through arguments, and us helping each other when the other one is down, lifting each other up. I think we've both gone through phases where we needed one person was doing the majority of the lifting.
We've gone through a few phases where we've had to really lift for the other one, much like the speech that Christina gave at our wedding, which
that I never get right, but it's
beautiful. But it's you're holding the roof up. You're each walls in a house holding a roof up, and sometimes one partner has to hold all the walls or more walls.
Yeah.
And we've had that happen already. And all I can say, if anything, just after 10 years, that you can, if you've not been in a relationship yet, or you are dating people and you're I really want to meet that one, it's hard to look at life like that.
Yeah.
But also, like, you are going to change as a person multiple times in your life. So who you are and who you think you want in your life, like,
that's a good point.
We've changed so many times as individuals and together, and we've become different people because of that. But we've become probably more alike over time as well because of that.
Yeah. And beyond all the sort of like serious relationship, marriage, whatever stuff, I think truly, and I say this all the time, like, we have fun.
Yeah.
We have fun. We are not that serious of people, despite how I may seem like I have aggressive opinions about everything.
You do.
But at the end of the day, like, life is short and nothing is really that important unless it is important, and like, we just have a good time. We're not afraid to be silly. We're not afraid to make fun of ourselves. We're not afraid to like be goofy, and I don't know, it's just like when opportunities present themselves to us, we're like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I take a little bit more coaxing than Billy does to try to do stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like we get each other jazzed to do fun stuff.
We had to always be ready for new things and something fun, because we moved to somewhere new where we had to like reset our lives, and then we bought a house, and now that's such a new thing because, I don't know, as two gay men, like, together, we don't necessarily have any traditional steps to take after marriage.
Yeah.
It's like we got one of those steps allowed to us all of a sudden, and we were like, oh, we can do this step, we can get married. But then after that, it's like, what have the steps been? It's all been an adventure. It's all been risks we have to take together.
And we realized we can do whatever we want to do.
We moved to Buffalo. We said we were going to go up there to buy a house. We're going to go up there to open a business. And like within the 5 years of that, which is half of our relationship, we completely changed our lives and made it into exactly what we wanted it to be, which was not the case for the first 5 years. It was like dictated by the hustle of New York City. And so that was 5 years of us together. And then the second 5 years was us kind of getting lost and refinding ourselves in a new place and new passions, but with goals that we wanted to do. And we accomplished them both together on a pretty, I don't want to say a strict timeline, because it wasn't strict, but it actually worked within the timeline we kind of vaguely threw out there.
Yeah, one of the things I think that we are good at is accomplishing the things that we say we're gonna do. They might not be quick, and it might not be on the exact path that we want them to, but we are pretty good at visualizing and manifesting the things that we want to happen, whether it's, the path that we thought we would take or not.
Yeah. Beyond that, I feel like we also, the longer you're with someone, the more you kind of forgive them for who they are at times, or you forgive me for who I can be at times, and who I forgive you for the same reasons, because you really realize how different every person is. And when you're together with someone, while you get closer and you're more alike, all of a sudden you also realize why things are different, and it's okay that they're different, and why you're allowed to have different opinions and disagree on things, versus get so heated about it without understanding it. The time definitely helped those things work out. Sometimes the time also means those arguments can really get hot all over again, because you're like, I've been with you this long, how are we arguing about that?
Right.
But at the same time, it doesn't really happen that much anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like you just have the realization of like, to get all of the things that I love out of this person, I also have to deal with some of the things that I don't love, but it's like, this is the package that it comes with, so it's worth it. And
there was no jump in the gun in our relationship. We were together long enough and lived together enough times before we got married to know that we were like, oh, we could do this, like, we got each other at that point. So. And
at the end of the day, it's like if there's something about each other that you want something to change in the other person, it's like, it really doesn't happen unless I want to change for Billy, it's not gonna happen, or vice versa.
And honestly, now where I am, that's what I want to do. If there's something I want to change, sometimes it is something I want to do for you, because it's for us then, and maybe I wouldn't have done that 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
But also the flip side is like, also if there's something about you that I wish would change, it's actually a lot easier for me to change my outlook on that thing than try to get you to change. So there's like that constant balance too, of like, you know what, some things I just gotta let go because they're not gonna change and they're not that bad.
It probably sounds like we're just like circle talking about this, but in reality, this is what we talk about a lot. Because we communicate all the time.
We do.
So we're talking to you right now about the things that we pretty much always talk about. So I just always suggest people fucking talk.
Yeah.
Talk about what you're thinking and feeling and why you might be feeling that way. It's what got us through everything. Don't put up walls, don't hide things, just talk. Jeez.
If nothing else from these videos, I like that we can look back and see how our hair has changed over the time. You with your long hair, me with my frosted tips I got going on.
Yeah.
It's a good little diary.
I know, it's like 2019. This is what the look is, I guess.
Hello, future Billy and Pat from your Mars lunar pod. This wouldn't be on Mars.
Will you have a mustache then, and will you have long hair?
Will you even have a head? You'll be a robot.
What year is it?
I don't know. The future. The future! Alright guys, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Seriously though, we went on our first date on June 22nd, 2009.
22nd?
What did I say?
You just said 22nd.
Oh, well my brain broke. I'll do that again. 3, 2, 1.